Hi there and welcome to Celeb Hut. So seems to be Katt Williams' acquisition of another ally, and it's, in all honesty, Terrence Howard, who is presently spilling the story of how he got tired of Hollywood, who is attempting to place him in a dress as per Taran. Hollywood is truly over here attempting to strip people of color of their manliness, and he's tossing conceal at the business, guaranteeing they blamed him for being difficult to work with on the grounds that he wasn't down for playing certain sorts of jobs. Now that we've all heard the murmurs regarding how Hollywood is supposedly pushing this plan to make people of color look more AFS. Female and heavyweights like Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams has been calling it out, saying dark entertainers are constrained to wear a dress on screen before they can step up in popularity, and keeping in mind that some fans are currently saying this isn't a major issue as is individual, attempting to make it seem as though Taran is persevering in the reality. Word on the road is that Hollywood hit Taran with the challenging to work with a name since he turned down a street where he was approached. He'd to be a location, however. Tan is over being debased by the business, and he just let the cat out of the bag that he could actually stop representing great since Hollywood's plan got him wiped out. That is the stuff you must watch. See, that is the reason you got to clear this stuff up. You must watch the stuff that they put out there, you know? 'Cause they're simply attempting to bring in cash. So you've all presumably heard at this point that Katt Williams' strike mated the discussion encompassing that reputed plan in Hollywood about dark male entertainers are being constrained to wear dresses on screen before they arrive at the top-notch status, and presently a few sources are guaranteeing Terrence Howard is one of the numerous skilled entertainers who got boycotted for expressing no to the dress. Karen has been all the rage sort of fella for quite a while, and that is on the grounds that his own life show frequently removed the spotlight from his acting. However, we should not zero in on his ability. Back in the mid-2000s, the tense was on nearly being the next best driving man. His Oscar-winning execution in Crash had people thinking he would have been the most sizzling entertainer of his age. Taran appeared in the wonder blockbuster Iron Man as Roy, and, surprisingly, he's holding down a second job. He's trading out as the most generously compensated entertainer in the film. Quick forward to 2010, and what do you realize? Where Chill steps in as Roy in the Iron Man spin-off. The word on the road is that Taran got hit with a monstrous compensation slice offer of 50 to 80% for Iron Man 2. However, here's the kicker. We never saw whether he said no or, on the other hand, whether Wonder pulled the plug on him. Diversion week after week. He spilled the tea in those days, saying Taran could have had a temp issue and was a modest bunch on set. However, Taran didn't bring that storyline down, and he guaranteed he got tagged as the irate person of color deliberately, particularly after he fired, making some noise about Hollywood's plan to castrate people of color. Now, this entire Hollywood attempting to push a more female picture on people of color is not a new thought, and many dark entertainers and entertainers have openly stood in opposition to it. Take Eddie Griffin, for instance. He was one of the OG voices tossing shade at Hollywood for making dark entertainers and humorists wear dresses on the big screen. Eddie spilled the beans on Hollywood's reputed dress, wearing a plan as far as possible back in 1999 in his satire Stupid, where he featured as well as composed the entire content in a silly move. Eddie assumes the job of Miles' stupid ways is new to the scene, comic hustling to become famous in Hollywood. Currently, here's the kicker. There is this remarkable scene where the studio big cheeses are attempting to convince Stupid to wear a dress for a job and letting him know all the Alistair have made it happen. So what do you believe? It's never been finished before 3 adorable cross-dressers driving cross-country assisting Center America with taking care of its concerns? You all maintain that I should wear a dress. This is definitely not an expendable job. You'll convey the profound energy of the film, man. It isn't so much that I don't see the value in the proposition, because I do. However, all we're requesting that you do is bring the content back home. Read it and go with a choice, then at that point pursue the choice stupidly. There's a large chunk of change engaged with this. We're talking a significant film here. Silly presently streak back to 2006, and Dave Sanctuary spills the tea on the Oprah show, sharing that he encountered some time episode where he got pushed to wear a dress for a film job with Martin Lawrence, and the manner in which he depicted it seemed like a scene straight out of Stupid. He put this dress on, and mother, a whore no. I'm not doing that. I feel really awkward with that. That ought to have been in a conversation what you feel awkward with it. Something like that never happened to him to finally have ran in to put on the dress. I mean, you must have limits, you must have lemon, thus that won't cross-cut. What they are nevertheless, only a couple of years later, Kevin winds up in a SNL sketch in a dress, and it resembled a unique advantage for his vocation. Unexpectedly, Kevin's prevalence and achievements soar supposedly, all because of that dress-wearing spell on SNL. Yeet the dress. Doesn't. Stop there, care. Katt Williams hops in with the general mishmash, guaranteeing the entire dress arrangement is attached to whether you pick to hit the dance floor with the Illuminati or not. So a few of us pursued decisions. I believe it's anything but the greatest decision for others. I'm expressing it by the day's end. Kevin doesn't need to stress over the things individuals will say regarding him wearing a dress due to the long queue of dress-wearing individuals prior to him. So presently, we have large moms home, 1, 2, and 3. I've never seen media in a jeans suit saying for what reason are we singling out unfortunate little Kevin Hart, since it was his chance next. Okay, a few of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati our own hindrance wet. And individuals are against the Illuminati. Then they get hit right upside the head constantly. The press loads them, and no one loves them in those days. Most people dismiss the cat's words as some wild paranoid fear. Quick forward to the present time, and individuals are returning to his words and saying there may be a reality to what he was tossing out there. So during the cat's new appearance on Club, Shannon got some information about Dave Chappelle is leaving a huge $50 million back. Again, not long from now before he uncovered the entire dress episode, and you will have a hard time believing what the cat dropped. It turns out he needed to miss a few fat agreements as well, all since they accompanied strings joined. I've needed to turn down $50 million 4 times. Multiple times just to safeguard my uprightness in that virgin opening I was enlightening you regarding right at the receipts for all that I'm explaining to you. That is the reason I can say them so unreservedly. However, the cat didn't stop there. He additionally guaranteed that Martin Lawrence attempted to place him in his most memorable dress for Large Mom's home, and when Cat shut that down, Brandon T. Jackson dove in and played the job. Now, Martin attempted to put me in my most memorable dress when he needed to go on his break. He let me know, Cat, when I return, I really want you, my young accomplice. You're my sibling in satire. When I return, simply guarantee me that my next film, it'll be me. And we going to do it together. We going to do some pal cop. I said, Martin, you got my mom word. Go do what you got to do when you return. I'm in your film, don't trip. I don't have to see the content or know nothing. You realize we get in that office and this numbskull take out Large Mom's home too. I nearly kicked the bucket and I got to peruse this content before this large number of good white individuals where this NMM maintain that I should get in a dress with him, and I'm in a real sense telling everyone for what reason is he in a dress again. You previously played the old woman as FBI specialist. We can play anything. Now we can be playing a canine catcher this time. For what reason do we should be in a dress? And I blow up. I say, you don't need me, you need Brandon T. Jackson, and that is who they proceeded to get 2 times. I said that they proceeded to get him very much, like I'm letting you know I had that different fellow's work. I am returning again to Terrence Howard reports. As of late, it arose that this entire thing was one of the fundamental reasons Terrence walked out of Hollywood. This allowed me to update you on the most recent meeting with Terrence, when they got some information about the buzz circumventing that he got the boot from Iron Man 2 as a result of outrage issues and not being the most agreeable beginning. Taran shut that down genuine fast and made obviously he wasn't going to allow Hollywood supervisors to let them know what an individual of color ought to resemble on the big screen. So, as per Taran, dark entertainers are getting pushed to embrace a more feminine in it if they have any desire to stir things up around town. Associations said my father educated me never to remove the vertebrae from your back or the base out of your throat. I ain't raising sheep. I raised men. Stay a man. Everything is male/female. Lee realized the more effective men are presently feminine, and afterward, in one more late meeting with Revolt, turns multiplied down on his viewpoints, with Hollywood having an unresolved issue with solid individuals. Subscribe Celeb Hut for more videos.